I did not have a prenup. I asked for one, and I was told, Ash, I have known you since we were 20 years old. I've watched you build everything. I would never, ever take that from you. And I trusted him. I lost everything that I worked for since I was 17. A lot of my friends were like, Ash, you need a prenup. I mean, I built everything that I have. I didn't come from generational wealth. I didn't come from any type of inheritance. Like, everything that I have, I did it by myself. They're like, you need to protect that. You need to protect that. Like, yeah, okay. He's a great guy. Because people are like, oh, you know, prenups, you're planning the divorce before you're even married. Okay. If you're driving and you wear a seatbelt, you are not wearing a seatbelt with an anticipation to crash. You are wearing a seatbelt in the event that you do crash. And it is the same exact thing. I'm not a woman of regrets, but that is definitely something that I do regret.
I don't submit to no man. You don't tell me what to do. I'm my own woman. I'm independent. What does the word submission mean? It comes from two Latin words, sub, under, and mission. Submission means to come under the mission. Jezebel was dominant and she hated submission. You don't tell me not to bring the prophets of Baal into this land. I'm my own woman. I don't submit to no man. Her name, Jezebel, means unmarried. This is the Jezebel independent spirit. It's that they might have the title of wife, but they are fiercely independent. They're running businesses behind the scenes that their husbands don't even know about. They have bank accounts that their husbands don't even know about. But the godly woman, she's a helper to her husband, and she's on mission with her husband. It's not two people fighting against each other, building separate missions. A godly woman gets beside her husband and says, I will build the mission that God put in your life. I will come beside you. I will be a helper, and I will build the mission and the vision that God has entrusted you with. This is a godly, righteous woman.
And women are sitting up there talking about, yeah, get you a little stash away fund. Do this for yourself. Make sure that you're straight. That's a prenup. That's a prenup. It's not signed. It's not formal. It's not legal, but it is a prenup. I'm making sure I have assets ready for me. I'm making sure that I'm good. I'm making sure that I'm protected in the event that something goes wrong. So when a man says, well, I want to sign a prenup for myself, all of a sudden it's a problem.
This one is for you, okay? The reason why you are single is because you don't listen. And listen, before you get offended, I was once that girl. But the reason why you are single is because you are argumentative. The reason why you are single is because you don't know how to be submissive. The reason why you are single is because you don't believe in still cooking good, delicious, soulful, hot meals. The reason why you are single is because you don't take accountability. The reason why you are single is because every time this man comes to you and tell you what you were doing and how it's making him feel, you gaslight him. You don't validate his feelings. The reason why you are single is because you don't create a safe space for him to be vulnerable and tell you what's really going on. Like, a lot of men really suffer in silence. The reason why you are single is because you use what's between your legs as a weapon. The reason why you are single is because you get all of your relationship advice from your single friends who don't want you in a healthy relationship. Because why? Misery loves company. The reason why you are single is because you think the only person in a relationship that have to change is him. Why you are single is because you don't take the time to look aesthetically pleasing. Like, let's be honest, y'all. The first thing that a man is attracted to is your physical appearance. The reason why you are single is because you don't feed his ego. You listen, ladies, I used to be that girl. I didn't want to stroke a man's ego. I didn't want to tell him, oh, baby, you look handsome. And baby, thank you for taking the trash out. And baby, thank you for changing my oil. And baby, I appreciate everything that you do for me, big or small. Yeah, men want to feel appreciated. The reason why you are single is because you have no respect for that man. See, men, they want love, but above love, they want respect. But last but not least, the reason why you are single is because you keep allowing past hurts, traumas, and disappointments, and even infidelity into your new relationship. Sis, you gotta let that baggage go. Before you can open up a new chapter, you gotta close that chapter emotionally. You know, the Bible tells us we can't pour new wine into old wineskins. So you gotta let that go. Go sit on somebody's couch and talk about it. Work through it. Heal. You can't party, you can't drink, you can't smoke, and you can't have sex to cover up the hurt that you have. You have to heal so that you can be open to receive the new love that God may have for you. Up on me. I will be in Baltimore. I will be in Las Vegas for the Truth Hurts podcast live tour. Pull up on Business Minded. Let's get it.
And I went to the comments just to see a little something, and she said, y'all arguing in my comments. Y'all proving me right. Unfortunately, It's how modern women do.
Aisha Curry out here talking about she never wanted to get married and she never wanted to have kids because she saw herself as a career woman. And I'm here to tell men that if you're looking for marriage, if you're looking for a wife, man, and your wife has any talking points of a feminist, yo, cut your losses right there and then and get you a new woman. Because it's insane that this woman, a woman who has everything on planet Earth that she could possibly desire, has it all, literally has it all, man. A good man, a rich man, a famous man. I mean, she has it all. There is nothing more that any woman on planet Earth can have that Aisha Curry doesn't have at her fingertips. And she's out here still embarrassing her man because she saw herself as a career woman. Like, how dumb could you possibly be to have everything and be like, I want to clock in every day? That's what feminine does to the mind, man. It poisons it. That's just like a cancer that grows and it just destroys the conscience and the spirit of the individual. That is insane to me that a woman who has it all, bro, a great husband, great image, great kids, great family, literally there is nothing. The only thing that she can't have right now is another dude, really, right? Because if she wants to have a career, he could make her the CEO or whatever. He could start a little bullshit company. Here, baby, go play boss, bitch. Boom, she already has. She's a CEO. But no, she doesn't want it. She want to get it on her own. If that's not the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my life, bro, I don't know what is. Fellas, if you're looking for a wife, man, I'm telling you, bro, do yourself a favor. If she has any of the talking points of a feminist, even one, just cut your losses right there and go get yourself a woman that wants to be a wife, wants to be a marriage, wants to do family, man. Because again, there's nothing you could do to take those thoughts away. Because again, it's a poison. It's a cancer that grows within the mind of a woman, man, and it just seeks to destroy her because this woman has it all and she's not happy. It's just not enough. Crazy.
I think I'm stunned that they have another child. I thought Cannon was the last child. Where did the other child come from? Where did the baby come from?
All right, boom. So you got male friends, right? Mm-hmm. Can you get your phone out?
My phone's over there.
Huh?
My phone's over there.
Yeah, we'll go and get it then.
Sorry?
I want you to call one of your male friends right now, live vote, and find out if they. No, I want you to ask them a question. Get the bag. Yeah, get it. Get it.
Hold on.
Get it. No.
Wait.
What do you mean wait? It's a wait.
LV, can we not speak? All right, get my friend then. Thank you, darling. Not Deji with the phone.
Deji with the phone.
This is basically the decider. LV, do you have a question that you would like her to ask this male friend when she calls?
Just say like, just talk casual, innit? Like, we've been friends for a while and that, considering it's a long time friend you're calling, yes?
We've been friends for 9 years.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's go.
Yo, Kat, how are ya?
I'm good, still. How are you?
I'm good, man. You chilling?
I'm chilling.
So what?
How are you? What are you saying?
I'm good, man. So what? You can talk for like 10 minutes. Just wanted to ask, in the week, because obviously it's summer holiday and that, do you want to go on a date?
Do I want to go on a date?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of a date?
Like a date?
Like, you wanna, eat food?
No, not eat food, like go on a date.
Go on a date?
Yeah.
Like a romantic?
Yeah, type beat.
Is it? Do you like me in a romantic way?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
Okay, fine.
Told you! I 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 told you! And that's why I say to my girl, allow it!
Now, this is not every single case, but when a man sees something and he tells you something, you need to listen.
Because if a man comes along, and this is terrifying to me too, I'm not even going to lie. If I met a man today that was very patient, that he was loving, he was genuinely kind, he was soft in his words with me, he didn't look down to me from my circumstance, he didn't expect me to explain my existence constantly, like the woman said, what you've been through. If it gets out to the room, then everybody thinks that it's an interview now, they have the right to question you. If he didn't treat you that way and he was behind you in your corner the way a woman would be, but with the solutions of a man, I would be scared of that man. I would be very scared of him because that man will expect more of you. Because the man who gives you the most compassion is going to expect the most growth, and he's going to create the circumstances for the most growth. You have to be an exceptional person with a person like that. Women are not afraid so much of the man itself, They're afraid of the consequences of who you might need to be. But they forget that a man like that is not going to be a tyrant over you. They're going to genuinely love you. They're genuinely going to create the circumstances for success. They genuinely care about your performance. They genuinely love you. They're scared of that because they think they don't deserve it, and they know it's going to be hard, and they don't want to disappoint somebody. And they don't want to disappoint a man because that man will give them a critique. And if they're genuinely in love with that man, it will break their soul in ways that I can't even explain. Because it's like all those other people abused me and they didn't love me. But if you love me and I disappoint you and you genuinely love me, then I have failed as a human being and I don't deserve life. That's how women feel. And it's not reasonable. It's not rational because everyone makes mistakes and everyone fails. It's also why having a good father is important because he'll push you to do things that you don't want to do, but you need to do.
And the growth can't be optional either. That's what a lot of modern women like to do. They like to decide if they want to actually work and build a marriage or they want the man to do the work. They think that's an option for them.
A lot of people will be in my comments saying that I'm not a girl's girl because I choose to post about modesty and they feel like that's putting other women down. I want to say is that our society is so broken because the ladies who have wedgies shoved all the way up their crack, to me, those are the people who are not being girl's girl. For example, I was at the gym today. A girl across the room, she sees me and my husband are working out. When he goes to start using one of the cable machines, she puts herself right in the cable machine in front of him. And instead of, doing the exercise like a normal person facing the cable machine, she chooses to tilt her body so that her butt is like right in my husband's face. And to me, that is not being a girl's girl. That is downright disrespectful. So yes, maybe I choose to dress a little bit more modestly. You can promise that I am never going to be disrespecting other women in that way and trying to gain attention from men in that way either. And so I just think as a society, we need to come back to reality. We need to realize caring about other people and other people in the space that you're in, especially in a public setting, is being a girl's girl, is honestly just being a decent human being.
Quick PSA, just something to think about. If a man fully providing for you is the bare minimum, then you cooking for him every single night is also the bare minimum. If him opening every single door for you is the bare minimum, then you picking up his laundry off the floor is also the bare minimum. If him being above a certain height and being in shape is the bare minimum, then you staying attractive and staying in shape is also the bare minimum. If him constantly fixing things around the house, taking care of the yard, whatever it may be, is the bare minimum, then you taking care of the home and keeping it clean is also the bare minimum. I see this double standard all the time where women will want all of these traits in men and call those things the bare minimum. Yet when a man asks if they can cook, they say, well, no, you can cook for yourself. You're fully capable. Wouldn't that mean then that you are fully capable of going to work for yourself and providing, and that you don't actually need someone to provide for you? The truth is that serving is an act of love, and despite what social media may be promoting, being a wife does not mean sitting around and doing nothing and just looking pretty all day while your man goes and works his tail off. It's funny that we put all these expectations on men and then call those expectations the bare minimum, but when a man simply just requires that a woman knows how to cook, social media freaks out and calls it misogynistic.
I almost sabotaged the relationship that I'm in now because I was still living in my childhood wounds and patterns that I refused to address. I don't know about y'all, but I grew up Filipino, and in our household, I needed to earn love through grades, achievements, whatever that looks like. I grew up in a chaotic household, also known as physically. And I don't blame my parents. That's what they learned from their parents. But I learned that chaos equals love. That once I started experiencing something completely different from that, which is healthy, I started to panic. But early on in this relationship, this man goes out of his way, just effort A++++. I've never experienced something like this before, which again made me feel unsafe. So I started creating narratives in my head of maybe he does this to other girls. Maybe he's just giving a lot and then he's going to break my heart, which is honestly crazy now that I'm saying it out loud. And I started aligning my actions to this emotional response by texting him less and not showing up as much. But then I started to pause and ask myself, where in this scenario that I've created in my head is truth? Did he say these things? Is he actually showing these things to you? Or are you just being delulu in here? I realized that the wounds I was carrying, the trauma I refused to process, was in the driver's seat the whole entire time. And when you don't take time to recognize these patterns, you could easily relive the same trauma by attracting the same people that hurt you in the past and repelling the right people or the healthy things that you're supposed to be receiving. If you catch yourself being in this situation, do 3 things. First is to recognize a pattern, challenge those thoughts or challenge the pattern, and then realign yourself to what's actually true. Because baby girl, you deserve to be loved properly, and you cannot receive all of these good things if you refuse to let go of any baggage that's no longer serving you. I hope this helps. Now go be a lover girl.
I feel like a lot of my studs and my men can agree with this. Social media has boosted females' head up too badly. Social media made it so easy for attractive women to get attention without even blinking an eye. It's like once a girl on Instagram or TikTok go viral from like posting themselves or posting their face, bro, it's like they head just go into a different universe. Like now nobody's above them. They don't care what nobody say. They don't have respect for nobody. They don't got respect for their boyfriend, their girlfriend. It's just like, bro, like I'm too bad. I'm too bad. Like what am I doing? What am I doing with this nigga that ain't got no money, that's trying to work towards his goals for us? But I don't care because he ain't a basketball player. He ain't making $2 million a year. I got an NFL player just commented on one of my viral TikToks talking about how he want me. I'm gonna go to him. I truly believe that social media has created a bubble in the minds of women and just have taken them to a whole nother level when it comes to self-confidence. It's overly confident. And no, nothing's wrong with being very confident. I'm talking about you call that girl that went viral on every platform possible. You compliment her. You talk about some, oh, baby girl, you cute, you pretty. Oh, I know I'm bad. You ain't got to remind me. Oh, never mind, forget it. It's like they get so many likes, so many compliments on the gram, on TikTok. It's like the ones that actually come about in real life, they don't even care about, bro. Like, I'm telling you straight up to your face. I'm bold enough to tell you to your face that you pretty. You got niggas in your DMs that's scared to say it to your face, bro. Come on now.
If anger drives you to do some disloyal shit, you was never loyal in the first place, bitch. Anger got you spazzing and shit. Oh, I saw red. You just a bitch. This is a sorry excuse because you don't know your emotions or how to handle it. And now you want to sit here and blame other motherfuckers for it? No, you just a weirdo. And then you go to weird hoes to validate that shit some more. Ain't that crazy though? But that's okay because that's where you deserve to go. In a place where you find less. While I go find more. Discipline, maturity, growth. Things that you don't know. And you'll probably never know. And that's okay. That's why you hit the dough. The fuck? Y'all want to come into people's life and play. Not here though.
Shout out to Chris Brown for getting women to spend $1,200+ just to take a picture with him. Shout out to him. She won't buy you no lunch. She won't cook you no dinner. She won't go 50-50 with you. She won't buy you no cologne. She won't pay for no date, but she'll go to a Chris Brown concert and spend $1,200 just for him to take a picture with her. Oh, baby. We living in some times. He is the Michael Jackson of our era, okay? Y'all gonna give my boy his flowers. If I paid $1,200 for Chris Brown to take a picture with me, he about to be rubbing his honey butter all over his body. He about to be cheesing so hard with honey butter. I mean, he's cheesing very hard. I'm getting something out of it. I'm leaving here with some. You mean to tell me all you left here with was a picture? Girl, man, stop playing. I can't stand no mess.
Well, lust works the same way in women that it does in men. So they're paying $1,200 out of lust. I mean, it'd be one thing if you were just going there to take a picture or something like that. But the VIP experience, quote unquote, might not even require that. So the tickets might be a little bit lower, maybe $200 or $300 for a VIP experience. Right? $200 or $300 more for that. But these modern women, they're so thirsty. Really, honestly, and truly, if you want to be honest, Chris could probably get a lot more out of them. To be honest, same offering, give him the same thing. I'll take a picture with you, but he can get a lot. These women are so thirsty. He can get a lot more out of them.
Okay, here's the myth. You're not gonna like it, but here's the myth. God is preparing a man for you. Incorrect. Biblically speaking, the Bible says that God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. I'm going to let you sit on that for a couple seconds.
God created Eve for Adam, not Adam for Eve. So the one God is preparing is you. You have to understand that God prepares you as a woman to come into the life of a man, to be a helpmate, to bring value into his life, to be able to allow him and encourage him to do what God has destined for him to do. But as a woman that is unprepared, what happens is instead of allowing the man to do what God has called him to do, you make it all about you. And you want the man to make you his God. It was never planned that way. As a woman, you need to align with your man, and both of you need to serve God, because that is what God ordained, for man and woman to join together and serve God.
We're in a generation obsessed with fake love and protecting your energy, and healing isn't cutting people off. It's not about weaponizing your past. It's made so many people more selfish, and it's what I like to call this spiritualized avoidance, right? New Age spirituality convinces you that your feelings are more important than your responsibilities, and that putting yourself first means blaming everyone else in your past forever so that you get to always play the victim. And you see so many people doing the work, but can't even hold a conversation without defensiveness, right? Can't take feedback without taking offense, and can't keep relationships unless they revolve around their emotional comfort. And the hard truth is, if you want to heal, you have to take full ownership of your emotions, of your reactions, and even your patterns. And it's not about erasing your experiences. I'm not saying that, but it's saying this happened, but it's not who I am. And it's using the pain as fuel to grow, not as proof that you're broken. And that's the biggest thing, is we need to stop weaponizing our trauma and making it a part of your identity, because it's not.
Been saying something similar to this. I've been saying it. These modern women talking about, I've gone to therapy, I've done the inner work, I've done the healing, and they're really going through it like it's a class. Like you complete it, you get a certificate, and that means you're legit. But men are saying, no, I see your credentials, but I can see in your actions that you still have trouble. You're not ready. And they don't want to hear that. So that they keep on telling men it's them that needs to go to therapy. No, you need to go back and do some more work.
I remember my grandfather telling me, God rest his soul, before he passed away, that men have 4 different appetites that you have to tend to. He said, men are not complicated. He said, I'm just going to break it down to you. He told me, he said, men have a physical appetite, a visual appetite, a sexual appetite, and an emotional appetite. And for a minute, I really didn't understand it when I was younger, but as I got older, it really started to click. It always stayed with me. He said, physically, you need to make sure that you know how to cook. And if you don't know how to cook, then find out how to cook. And if you can't, then at least have a meal on the stove or in the stove. By the time he get there, that's warm, especially if that man is taking care of the household. He said, it don't take a lot of work. He said it don't. And I watched my grandmother do it. I watched her do it, so I know that I'm capable. He said a visual appetite. He said, keep yourself up. He said, if you're the only woman that this man is going to be with, at least keep yourself up. He said, because men still need to be stimulated visually, so that way they can crave you. He said, and yeah, he said, love will still be there. He said, and although your looks will fade, you the one woman that he wants to look at. Give him something. Excite him. Make him imagine something. Tease him. Right? And then there's a sexual. My grandfather told me, he said that, yes, visually you can stimulate a man. He said, but don't forget that men are sexual in nature. He said, and so they're going to want to do what they want to do to their woman. You're the only woman that he's sleeping with. You're the only woman that he desired. Take some time out of y'all day. He said, look, if y'all got to share the responsibilities, share the responsibilities. You both do things in the house, so that way when the kids are down, y'all both can bathe and oil each other down and do what y'all need to do. He said, that's going to help y'all connect. And then last one, he said, men do have an emotional appetite. He said, all men want to feel is appreciated, understood, heard. That's it. He said, just listen to him. You don't got to talk much. Just listen. He always told me that men are not that complicated. He's absolutely right.
Men used to go to war and now they won't even give them the seat on the train. Tell me why, on the basis of the fact that you're a woman, do you need the seat more than a man without using dating preferences, gender stereotypes, or gender roles? I'm waiting, because if I remember correctly, chivalry to women men don't know was a very patriarchal construct built on the fact that women and men weren't equal. Also, maybe you should stop romanticizing the fact that millions of innocents were killed at war.
My boyfriend called himself leaving me because I sold his PS5 for some Wingstop. For one, it's giving childish, because why are you even that attached to that game?
Why are you so attached to food? You big bag paddywhack, eat it down to the bone, sold a PS5 for $40 worth of Wingstop?
You know what? First of all, it's giving diabetic. My caloric queen.
There's big back activities, but this supersedes that. This is Oompa Loompa, big ass fupa activities. The fact that I can guess your caloric intake within 100 by only saying a tenth of your body is diabolical. You got all that stored energy in your chin and you don't use none of it to use your brain. Something tells me that you think that fire detector chirp is like feeding time. The sense of entitlement that you would need to think that you can sell somebody else's stuff because your bank account resembles your number on the hot scale, 0, is something I grew out of when I was 3. Yeah, that's right. Just because you're using more filters than Dyson doesn't mean I can't take an educated guess on what's underneath it. All right, I'm done. Get fucked, cunt. Or takes a while. Okay, bye.
Whoop. I guess I could ask you why you're so attached. Why are you that attached to Wingstop? If you sell it half the price, what is a PS5? Like $500-$600 or something like that? I can't remember. Let's say it's $500. You sell it for $250. How many things of wings can you get? How many meal deals? What is that? $250. Let's say $250 divided by 20. you can go to Wingstop and get those deals at least 10 times. What? 10, 11 times. That's ridiculous.
Men want to be a part of their children's lives. They just don't want to be a part of their lives according to your standards. And honestly, mamas, they shouldn't be. I spent so long in my co-parenting journey being angry and ultimately problematic with my child's father because he was not doing what I wanted him to do. I had control issues. There was never a question on if he loved our daughter. There was never a question on if he wanted to be present. The issue was that I was trying to define what his presence was going to be like. I wanted to control everything. And when you start dealing with control and ego when it comes to motherhood, you will weaponize your children. And if you're wondering, like, what does that look like? I'm not weaponizing my kid. I'm just not going to deal with him. I'm going to give you a story time. I will never forget, my daughter was she had to be about 2 months. This was a time where her dad was coming to pick her up. We broke up very randomly. Like, we were living in Texas together, relocated back to Indiana. I was evicted from our home. Everything was in my name. Don't ever do that. But everything was in my name. And so he didn't take any L's, right? Like, the eviction was in my name. The car was in my name. Everything was in my name. So here I am trying to still co-parent despite leaving everything I had in Dallas. And now I'm living in Fort Wayne at my mama's house. And so I don't have my car. I don't have my clothes. I don't have anything. And I'm trying to still exchange our daughter because no matter what, you got to co-parent. Y'all, this man pulls up to my mama's house with a brand new truck. I don't know if it was a BMW, BMX. I don't know. It was bougie. It was brown on the outside and it was peanut butter. Okay. And if my child's father's watching this, you ate with that or whatever. Nobody care. Okay. Anyway, he pulls up and I mean, leaning, windows rolled down. And I'm outside with this baby looking crazy with no car, no nothing, trying to co-parent with you. And you gonna pull up in a brand new car? Y'all, I lost it. The very first thing I said was, she not going with you. Give me my daughter. She not going with you. No, no, no. None of that had anything to do with if my child was going to be safe. He had a car. I'm the one that didn't have no car. He got this brand new car. She was safe. I was mad. And in that moment, it was no longer about my child or even about if I trusted that he wanted her. I wasn't questioning it. He was coming to pick her up, so obviously he wants his daughter. I was humiliated. I was embarrassed. My ego was hurt. My pride was hurt because I ain't got no car. I done lost everything. You gonna pull up here with a brand new truck? You know you was wrong for that. That's why he ain't got the truck now. So anyway, my first response was, you're not getting her anymore. And that is when I began to weaponize my child. Instead of just dealing with my emotions, I could have just given him his baby, went back inside and cried about how messed up it was, because it was messed up. But it had nothing to do with my baby. This type of stuff happens often. And instead of us admitting something is hurtful, we weaponize our kids. We limit their access. We say who can get them and who can't because we're mad. You have to be very careful when things like this happens. When your feelings are hurt, when your ego is hurt, you can unconsciously weaponize your child. And sometimes, if we're being honest, all of us do it on purpose. So please know, most men want their children. They just don't want to deal with you. And honestly, girl, should they?
My husband and I do not have a fairy tale love story. It's actually pretty toxic. Let me tell you about it. We met in 2019 when I joined this network marketing business that he was in. We were both already entrepreneurial minded with the same big vision and values, so we connected right away. Literally from the first conversation we had, I knew he was going to be my husband. But he was still unsure because we met while he was on a break with his ex-girlfriend of 6 years. Now, you may think I was crazy for being understanding and sticking around after he told me, but I was extremely intuitive and emotionally aware. I had faith that he would eventually see that I was obviously his divine partner partner, and his attachment to her was due to the time and the experiences that they had together. Just because you love someone doesn't mean you're supposed to marry them, and I was in it for the long game. Well, Jamal was conflicted, and he couldn't deal with it anymore, so I got dumped in the middle of the pandemic when I had just lost my job and my apartment. So I moved out of his room and lived in my mother's 1-bedroom apartment while door dashing from sunup to sundown, just trying to keep it together. I eventually got a teaching job in my own apartment and spent my single season healing, growing, working on myself, and building my dreams. I was dating, but my standards were so high, nobody could really meet them. Then after a year, Jamal slid back into my DMs, and I was extremely skeptical. Him and his ex got back together that year, but finally called it off for good. But I needed to make sure he was serious about me and not just heartbroken over her. So it took me a few months to even let him back in. And when I did, I was not playing around. Either we were getting married or he needed to get out of my face. So he moved in. We both quit our jobs and started a business together. And 6 months later, he proposed. Over the next 2 years, he committed to regaining my full trust after the traumatizing dating experience we had the first time. We went through a lot of pain and healing together. We went broke together, and I mean no water and no heat in the middle of the winter kind of broke. But we held on to the vision we talked about in 2019, and we were willing to grow through whatever we needed to get it. In 2024, Jamal retired me and committed to being the sole provider. So for the first time in my life, I didn't have the pressure to do or be anything. So I explored that. I focused on addressing my childhood wounds and healing, increasing my emotional intelligence, relaxing into my feminine. I discovered that I want to be a music artist, and I learned so much about who I am when I'm not trying to be who I'm supposed to be. And as a wife, I used my newfound wisdom to help Jamal heal his wounds that were holding him back from attracting the wealth and business success that he always wanted. Together, after years of delay and sacrifice, we are learning how to enjoy life again, to be in love and be free and be happy together, knowing that we are taken care of. You are watching us build a legacy of love, freedom, and abundance together. And all we want to do is help other people who want the same thing to have that as well. Now take that and apply it.
Honestly, you done already said too much. You done already laid out that there's way too much commitment. There's way too much patience. There's way too much helping him build. There's way too much investing and pouring into him. Way too much. The man didn't start off with 6 figures. The man is probably not 6 feet tall. He's not. Why would a woman want him? Well, he has 6-pack, so that's right. He's probably going for it. But he wasn't obsessed with you. And so therefore, as a modern woman, you should have turned him down. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
So you like when I have fun, right? But you just don't like when I'm having fun and you not there. You don't think that's some hating shit? Like just a little bit? So let me get this straight. You hungry. You want food. I ask you what food you want and I go get it. You find out I ain't get no food for myself because I'm not hungry. And now you not hungry? That's what you telling me? You ain't talked to me all fucking day. And now I find out it's because you had a dream that I was cheating? So you got mad at something your brain made up and now you putting that on me? Did you just say if you pay for something in cash, it's technically free because you never saw the money leave your bank account? Oh, we never getting out the hood. Okay, so you miss me. And instead of calling me, texting me, letting me know you miss me, you catch an attitude. Now I'm sitting here trying to figure out why you got an attitude. Now I'm getting tight. You find out I'm tight. So now you tight that I'm tight because you tight and I don't know why. Whole time you tight because you miss me. That don't make no sense. You blocked my barber like 50 times on my phone because you don't like when I call him to get a haircut. But when you want your hair done, you ask me to pay for it so you can go outside and have fun. Am I your slave? You want me to have money, right? You don't want me to be broke. You want me to have some money so I could spend some money on you, right? How the hell am I gonna get some money when you want me to hang out with you all day, every day? Where am I find the time to get some fucking money? You come to me with problems. And then you get mad at me for finding solutions? Isn't that the whole reason you brought the problem to me? You be wanting me to do certain shit for you. But you don't want to have to tell me to do this shit. Because if you have to tell me, you don't want me to do it no more. But how am I supposed to know what you want me to do if you don't ever fucking tell me? I want you to go get me a soda. I'm gonna tell you. Yo, can you go get me a soda? I'm not gonna... Go get me a soda. Go get me a soda. You see how that don't make no sense? All I'm saying is, you preach communication and all that, but you get mad and then stop talking to me. Now I gotta beg you to tell me why you mad at me. I don't want to beg for that. I want you to tell me why you mad so I can beg for forgiveness. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
So yesterday, y'all, my grandma taught me a very, very valuable lesson. And it's that sometimes it's okay to not ask any questions and just listen. If somebody tells you or asks you to do something, just listen. You don't have to ask any questions, just do it. And you know what happened yesterday? I'm in the car with my grandma. I told my grandma, I'm like, my mom is parked up there go get in her car. Like, I'm gonna stop right here, go get in her car so that we can go to where we're going. She like, well, where's she at? Grandma, she's up there. Well, you want me to get in her car? Yes. Why you want me? You know what, Grandma? Never mind. I'm just gonna pull in, park, and then we'll walk together. I'm trying to save you a couple steps, but so that right there just made me realize why guys be like so irritated, you know, when we always want to ask all these questions, and it's like, just listen. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I'm always going to put you in a place of safety and security. And I get it. And it was at that very moment that I realized I'm just going to listen. Sometimes I'm going to ask questions and they talk back a little bit, but for the most part I'm going to listen, because the way I'm going to listen, y'all. I promise.
As a man right now, it doesn't matter what you do, it's wrong. Like, if I'm kind and soft to my kids, then I'm gonna raise a son who is not gonna be masculine. And if I'm hard on him and I scream, I'm creating trauma. There's no way for men in this world, it seems like, to exist without offending someone. And it just seems like that's becoming a trend where now more men is be like, you know what, I ain't gonna say or do nothing. And then women be like, well, the men ain't men. It's like, how do you want me to men when you're taking away my power to do anything? Had a conversation, this is a true conversation, with a bunch of women who were single. And they were just like, DeVal, do you think you as a husband should be able to control where Kadeen goes? And I was just like, I don't think I should control, but I would like to know where she's going because I'm responsible for protecting her. And they were just like, well, you don't have to know where she's going to protect her. And I said, wait a minute, it's my job to protect you and you don't feel like you should tell me what you're doing? And they said, no. You had a bunch of women who were not in relationships with the overwhelming loud voice of, I should not have to do this, but you still have to do this for me. They're just saying, I'm a woman, I have my opinion. And I'm like, there should be a conversation here. It shouldn't be your way is the only right way and I have to cower because I'm a man and say,
okay, at this point, I don't even care if this gets me canceled. Can we stop being naked on the internet? I was just scrolling on my Instagram feed and I saw Portia Williams fully naked, covering her, promoting her hair care line, promoting her hair, her weave. And I was just like, but why do you have to be naked though? Honestly, I don't feel like enough people in society think about children and the implications of these images on their screen. And if you're like, oh, your children shouldn't even be on Instagram. Instagram, the internet, TikTok, it's a part of life. You can literally be scrolling and have your kid in your arms and you scroll past a naked woman. Like, I don't think people really understand what that does to the psyche of children. Please, 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 please. Let's start bringing back morality. Like, I don't even care if this gets me canceled. Somebody has to say it because everybody online is freedom, this one, that one. But where has it gotten us? Has it gotten us any more free? Has it gotten us any more liberated? Or has it just gotten women to just show their whole bodies online, posing, showing their butt? Now you're naked. Like, what are we really doing? Like, I think somebody has to, like, this is not even a content piece. This is not a skit. This is not going in a playlist. Why are we naked on the internet? That is, no one's gonna convince me that that's okay. Like, no one's gonna convince me, yeah, my liberation is, no, your liberation is not tied to posting your body parts for the entire world to see. Please. This is not about religion. This is not about political party, none of that. Can we pull back? Like, I think we've OD'd, honestly. And if you really collect sense, if you really know what I'm talking about, you can agree. I really feel like we've OD'd, and I feel like somebody, which is gonna be me, is gonna be the one to say, can we stop? Like, can we actually stop this nonsense? This world is too freaked out. We've passed the point of expression, and now we're literally showing pornography online. If you have pictures of yourself and you're half naked on your Instagram, please, I'm asking you, can you take it down? Like, can you actually take it down? When I used to live in Dallas, I used to drive down the highway and there would be this huge sign. I'm talking about huge sign of a club, like an advertisement for a club, and the girls were in bikinis and said like gentlemen's club, da 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 da. And I was just thinking, like, obviously I'm desensitized because I'm 30 years old, right? But I'm like, think about like a 5-year-old seeing that image on their screen. Huge boobs, huge lips, come now, party, club. Like, where are we going as a society? Can we please stop? If you have naked pictures, if you have half naked pictures, if you're covering your boob, take it down. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny no more. Take it down.
Does anybody else think that it's odd that we teach our daughters what to expect from men but not how to treat them? And we teach our sons how to treat women but not what to expect from them? I've got a son and I do not want him to grow up in a world where he's expected to treat women well, but he has absolutely zero expectations of how those women are supposed to treat him. We need to be treating our sons and daughters equally so that our daughters grow up expecting to be treated well, but so do our sons. It really scares me to think that my son might grow up, move out of this house and no longer receive the love that he deserves.
I mean, you have a whole entire contingent of men that thinks this is odd, and have been saying this for a long time. But you think people have been listening to men? Men have been continuing to say this. Like this is nothing new. It's only when it starts to affect your life that you start to listen.
You want me to provide safety for you, but you cannot reciprocate it for me. I deserve to feel safe too. A number of black men internally, their internal world is not safe. And yet you want me to provide you with safety that I don't even know for myself. When I say to you that you've harmed me, you give me this rigmarole, that's not safe. When I tell you I'm tired, you get so wrapped up in your responses that you don't even give me the space to be fucking tired. That's not safe. I say to you that I don't feel connected to you. I say to you that you are not meeting my emotional needs. I say to you that I do not feel the way that you talk to me is uplifting and you continue to do it. That's not safe. But yet you want me to continue to go out in this world and come back and do all of this stuff. You don't want me. You want your idea of me. And if I don't fit that idea, you begin rejecting me. That's not safe.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I just wanted to show you all what an oppressed woman looks like. Me. Because apparently, according to people online who have never met me, nor do they know my marriage, they think that because I love my husband and I let him lead our family, I am #oppressed.
No, because when you're gonna fight and they're gonna hit you back. You think you're gonna just fight and they won't hit you back? You come and you listen. You listen.
Même tu es pas gentil.
Je m'en fous. C'est comme ça. Life's gonna hit you in your face. Yes. You can look at me like that. Life's gonna hit you. So you need to be ready. And don't look at me like that because I hit you more. Okay. Alors? Where did I touch you? Yes, this one was good. It was a good one. Allez. The combo now. Combo, go. Oui, c'est bien. Allez. Do the combo, please. No, upper hook too. Do it again. You have to listen. Go. Ton pied. Go. Double jab. Keep going.
Kudos to the mom. Kudos. This is what a lot of these single modern women need to be teaching their sons. Maybe you don't know how to do all of this. Maybe you don't have the skill. With all of that boss babe money, you can find somebody else to do it, right? You probably have a man or somebody in your home somewhere that you can rely on that will do this. Maybe not every day, but every so often there's a check-in. Hey, I'm just letting you know you're going the same way. Y'all will get mentors for yourself, but not for your little boys, because I don't care.
Women have made dating into like high-key prostitution. Like, y'all are really trying to slide it like it's not. Like, hey, I done gave you my time and my time costs. And they like, for a date? I feel like the date is the payment. Like, I feel like me taking you out to dinner, that's not enough compensation. You're like, no, I got bills to pay. I don't got time to waste. Ooh, why are you on this date? You didn't have to accept it. You could have said no. Like, I'm not in a place in my life where I can date right now. Like, y'all will accept dates and then want a man to pay for your time. Tell me that ain't prostitution. If y'all don't quit fucking playing, if you just selling that coochie, just say that. Say this cooch for sale. My time is for sale. Say I am a high key escort, but I want to keep it low key. Because that's what y'all are giving.
The most common thing I hear in church amongst Christian women is, I want a man that can lead me. And what that looks like, I don't really know what it looks like, but I just want him to lead us. And you know what a lot of times this comes from? It comes from strong women. Can we just be real about why you like that man and why you chose that man? It's because you're strong. And he made space for you to be who you are. And you love that because you got a lot of preferences and you got a lot of opinions, and he doesn't have that much. So when you want the house at a certain temperature and you want to go out to a certain place to eat, and when you have opinions about things, he's like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure that's very great. And you love that about him. And then you want to use that same trait and criticize and crucify him in a spiritual sense because he's made space for you. Headship is not leadership. You don't understand what biblical leadership versus personal preference is. God gave you a man who's consistent, who's got character, who shows up for you, who supports you, and yet you're looking at him saying, it's not enough. And you wonder why he doesn't want to step up, or why he doesn't feel secure, why he doesn't feel confident when it comes to spiritual things, because you gaslight him in one area. And some of you right now, you've got a spouse in your life that's a gift from God, and you're missing it because you're seeing them through the lens of your pain. And what God is calling you to do today is to allow grace to overwhelm your vision, to see them through the lens of God. See them the way that God sees them.
This is a really good point, because modern women, it's going to be hard for them to find somebody and actually settle down with that person because they really don't understand what leadership actually is. They just want a shield. They just want a covering. That's why they're saying, if you can give me that shield, if you can give me that covering, I know I'm saying that I can hang out with my girls, but and even if you get like some protection, that's still good, right? You get yourself some protection, whether it be in the form of a little something, you carrying a little something in your purse, or in a holster or something like that, or mace or whatever it is, whatever you need. Great, fantastic. I support that, right? But then that man is going to come in and he's going to provide more security, right? You can have security lights and all that stuff, but you have a physical human now that you can tell your worries and your concerns to. And you can say, this is what's bothering me. This is what I'm looking out for. And that man, you treat him like a robot. He's actually human, but you treat him like a robot. And you say to that robot, I'm worried about this, and this. And whenever something goes wrong, I want you to get up and go check it out, right? That's what modern women are looking for. But when the robot turns to them and says, okay, now I expect for me protecting you and doing the things that you want me to do, I expect fuel. Fuel in this case would obviously be food. And for me going up and filling your car up, taking care of your car, all of these other things outside of the house, protecting and providing, I need fuel. I need something that keeps me going. I need to be maintained. I need an upgrade to my system, right? Well, what's an upgrade? You might buy me an expensive cologne, or you might take me out on vacation, right? Or you might go get my car detailed. And there's a lot of things that, well, I don't feel like sitting in a line. You don't have to. There's people that come to your house, detail your car. You probably get it done, depending on where you are, for about $150, $200. You're a boss, babe. That shouldn't be nothing to you. $300. The man spending all this money on you should be able to do it, right? Get the man a pair of shoes. Get that man, like they say a lot of times, $2K, or whatever his game of choice is, or an experience. If he likes to go hunting, you can get him a new rifle, right? Or whatever he likes. You can get that for him. You can say, hey, let's go pick something out. You can treat your man just the way your man is treating you. But modern women don't even understand that. They just want a shield. I don't want leadership. I just want a covering. I just want an umbrella. I don't want nobody to talk back to me. I want the biggest, the brightest, the greatest umbrella. That's the 6-foot man. That's a 6-figure man. That's a 6-pack ab man. 6-pack, I'm strong. I'm physically fit. It's an umbrella. When it gets in the rain, it don't go nowhere, right? It's sturdy, right? 6 figures. With that, it's most expensive. It's brand name. That's that. Oh, you got, it's nice. That's the best. Yeah, it's the best. I got it. I'm able to have status. So now you have strength, you have status, and then you have the 6-pack, 6 foot, right? Just another form of status is all it is. Well, attractive is what it really could be. Attractive man. That umbrella is oh man, that's a beautiful umbrella. Yeah, that's why I can command that price. That's why it's expensive, because it's so beautiful. And you know, like those bags, like Coach and stuff like that, is supposed to be designed intentionally with the best materials, or they have a keen eye to design something attractive. 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack, or 6 inches, or whatever you want. Not if it provides all of my needs. That's what they're looking for. I want that umbrella. I got a better umbrella than you. Rain don't even touch me. This thing even blocks out snow. Snow? Yeah, snow. You know, I would venture to say if a tornado comes, this thing and sweeps the thing away, that tornado drop that thing, it'll still be intact because it's so sturdy. It's so strong. Modern women are trying to find something, a man that's so incredibly strong that they don't have to do anything. That's why they're saying the bare minimum starting point, the level of entry for me is you making as much as I make. And I really want you to make more, because I'm planning on stopping my job, stopping working. I might have a little something on the side when I get bored, but that's optional. I can do that at my leisure. I can work maybe an hour or two a day, every 2 or 3 days, and then go get mimosas with the girls, and we paying. I'm paying for it out of your bank account, out of your money. That's what they're thinking. Men are walking away from this type of behavior. But this is the con. This is the scam. This is a scheme that modern women are trying to run on men, and men saying, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I don't get anything in return. You didn't even cook for me. You put me a frozen pizza in the oven. You expect me to be happy about it. After all this, busting my behind, working 12, 13 hours a day at least, and this is all I get from you? This is what I can expect? Absolutely not. Modern women don't understand that. They think they deserve everything. I don't know where they got that from, but that's delusion.